Jarl Balgruuf is one of the most important NPCs in Skyrim. He tells the Dragonborn of the Greybeards, allows the Dragonborn to trap Odahviing in his home, and he's the Jarl of one of the most strategically important cities in Skyrim. And yet, whilst Balgruuf might be admired for his devotion to solving Skyrim's dragon problem, he is also a bit of an idiot. Firstly, there's the issue of Balgruuf's neutrality during the Skyrim Civil War. At first glance, neutrality might seem a smart move. By refusing to commit to one side or the other, Balgruuf doesn't pin Whiterun's fate on either the Imperial or the Stormcloak cause. Also, as an important trading station, Whiterun can continue to trade with either side. However, as such an important strategic location, Balgruuf was naive not to expect Ulfric's Stormcloak to attack. Ulfric had repeatedly sent his emissaries to ask for Balgruuf's allegiance, and stated to him that Whiterun was of vital importance to the Stormcloak cause. What did Jarl Balgruuf expect to happen by not answering Ulfric's emissaries? That he would ignore him or bypass the city of Whiterun? No, any Jarl with a semblance of intelligence would be able to anticipate that Jarl Ulfric Stormcloak was going to attack the city. So if Balgruuf was being smart, he would have aligned himself with the Imperials very early on, and the reasons for this are twofold. Firstly, by only letting the Imperials into the city last minute before the battle with the Stormcloaks, Balgruuf minimised their preparation and planning time. Had the Imperials been there for longer, they could have helped to fortify the defences, and they could have familiarised themselves with the city and come up with some innovative strategies to beat the rebels. Secondly, the Imperials are much more likely than the Stormcloaks to win the war in the long term. They have access to more resources, they're better organised, they have better armour and larger armies. Moreover, an Imperial missive states that the Empire has amassed a massive army at Pale Pass, one of the key ways to reach Skyrim from Cyrodiil, and it stated that this army is ready to invade Skyrim at Tullius's behest. So my money is on the Empire winning the Skyrim Civil War rather than the Stormcloaks. I've alluded to this before, but a major issue I have with Jarl Balgruuf is with the state of his city. It's a time of war and a time in which dragons have returned, and yet Balgruuf feels no need to repair or strengthen the dilapidated walls of Whiterun. You just have to look at the city to see how easy it would be to successfully attack. A normal sized ladder could probably scale the walls surrounding the city because they're so worn down, and I bet one battering ram would be enough to batter down these weak walls. Also, virtually the entire city is made of wood. Had the Stormcloaks really wanted to do some damage, one volley of fire arrows would have set the entire city on fire. Again, Balgruuf has been Jarl for years now. He could have rebuilt the walls and shored up some of the key buildings in the city using stone. Then there's an issue with Balgruuf's abilities as a father. If you do join the Stormcloaks and take Whiterun for the rebellion, Balgruuf will be forced to pack his things and head for exile in solitude. However, he doesn't take his children with him. Instead, he leaves them in Dragon's Reach alone with the enemy. If I was a father, my first thought would be for the safety of my children. I wouldn't run off to escape without knowing they were safe. It seems natural that he would want to take them with him, but apparently not. Also, you might be familiar with the quest The Whispering Door. In this quest, after having heard some gossip in the tavern about how Balgruuf's child isn't right in the head, the player has the opportunity to talk to Nelkir, the Jarl's youngest child, and find out precisely what is wrong. It's pretty apparent that the boy is a psychopath. Nelkir states that one day he will tear his father's face apart so that he can leave me alone. The source of his dark personality is ostensibly the enigmatic Whispering Door, which is hidden off the main hall in Dragon's Reach. As it happens, the Whispering Door is Mephala, and she admits that she's been corrupting Balgruuf's child. Now, this isn't necessarily Balgruuf's fault, but you would have thought that he would have noticed his child's dark, disturbed personality and done something about it, making the effort to talk to him or play with him. But I think the fact that Balgruuf abandons his home without his children is proof for how little he cares for the lives of his heirs. To sum up Balgruuf, he's surprisingly naive about the war and unconnected to his offspring. For someone who's known Ulfric since he was a child, his inability to see the inevitability of his city's conquest because of his denial to join the Stormcloak rebellion is surprising, and there's really no excuse for the way that he does treat his children. Thank you for watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.